There's no difference. Why don't we do what he did? Because he told us, did he not? He said, the things I do, you can do also. But we haven't even thought about it. Well, I hadn't until 39 years ago. And yet I was a pastor in quite a number of churches before that. Of course, Sunday morning, yeah, the sick, come on out. And we'd lay hands on them and we'd pray, oh Lord, how bless this person, heal their body, Lord, you know. And we hoped that something might happen. But see, it's so different now. So different now. Because now, I've learned who I am. I've learned that I am spirit living in a body. That's what you are. A spirit living in a body. That's a totally different picture, isn't it? Because that spirit is Christ. So today, you walking down that road are no different to Jesus Christ walking down the road 2,000 years ago. There's no difference. Come on, this is reality. You're looking at me like I got 3 eyes and a pair of horns. This is reality. Now, I don't expect you, you know, just in 5 minutes that you grab this totally, completely. But listen, there's something inside you that when you hear the voice of God, you know. Because there's a response in here. Why? That Christ is God, you know that. Didn't Jesus Christ say, I, that was the Christ in him, and my Father are one? Not two separate people. God is walking in you today, on this earth. That's what he always intended to do. And that's why he said, the things that I do, that was Jesus Christ, you can do also. Come on, it's time we got up and did it. But we couldn't do it because we had a wrong impression or understanding about ourselves. We said, this is me. Well, Jesus Christ never said, this is me. He knew who he was. And in Matthew 16, you remember he said to the disciples, well, listen, who do these people out there, who do they think I am? And they said, Lord, they're only guessing. They don't know. They haven't got a clue. Like Nicodemus came to Jesus and said, Lord, we know that you've come from God. How in the world did Nicodemus know that Jesus Christ came from God? How did he know? Did he have a little fish on his lapel? Did he have a cross around his neck? Did he have a bumper sticker on his car? How did he know? He said, you can do things we can't do. Come on, you're a Christian tonight. You love the Lord. Does Christ dwell in you? What can you do that those people out there can't do? Because if it's nothing, then don't expect them to be interested in what you've got. Are you hearing this? I didn't come to judge you. This is not criticism. I'm trying to help you. I'm presenting to you the truth as I understand it, as it works in my life. This is not a book that I've read. This is not some theory. It's not a tape I heard of another preacher's message. This is my life. This is how it works. Christ dwelling in me, functioning, doing what he wants to do. These are his hands. These are his feet. This is his voice. And then he says, let's go. There's a lot of things to be done. The Lord appeared to Abram. The Lord appeared to Abram. How could that be when he's living in a foreign country, in a heathen country, and there's no church there, no preacher, nobody to tell him how to get saved? Because Christ was in him. You see? Christ is in every man. Every man on the face of this earth. In Psalm 24 and verse 1, you can just put down the references if you want to. Psalm 24 and verse 1, the psalmist says, this earth belongs to the Lord. That's this earth that we walk on. It belongs to the Lord. And the religious world tells us, of course, that Adam sort of gave it away to somebody, the devil or somebody, you know, and so it belongs to him now. No, 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 no. This earth belongs to the Lord. The word Lord means the owner. He owns this earth. By the way, I don't want to upset your theology, but you know, nowhere in this book does it tell me that you're going to inherit heaven. But it does tell me that you're going to inherit the earth. Isn't that interesting? All the years that I was back there as a pastor in the churches and so on, I used to talk about going to heaven, going to heaven. You know, you're going to go to heaven. You'll fly away one day. That's what I would tell them, you know. The truth is that you can't go to heaven anyway, because it's not a geographic location. I mean, heaven doesn't have a particular place that's where heaven is. Heaven is where God is. So when Israel was on this earth, remember, Moses built a tabernacle. And if you asked anybody in Israel, where's God? They'd say, see that building there, that tent there? That end down there. See the glow in the sky above there? That's where God dwells, the most holy place. Ask a Christian today, what, going around the world, ask a Christian, where's God? And they'll all point up there. I don't think so. I don't know any God up there. The only God you can know is the God that dwells in here. If there is a God up in the sky, how are you going to know him? He is spirit, and therefore you couldn't see him, and he's a million miles away from you up there. How are you going to know that God? You cannot. That's why so many Christians today do not know God. I mean, they don't have a relationship with God. The only way you can know God is by relationship, because you cannot see him. Therefore, if you cannot see him, how can you know him? If I was invisible to you tonight, you could never get to know me. You wouldn't know whether I'm here or there or I'm nowhere. You wouldn't know, because I am spirit. But you see, God, the only God you can know is the God that dwells in you. That means God for me is in here. For you, God is in you. God is in you. And then you can know that God. The basic relationship that any person can have with God is, God is my Father. Is he your Father tonight? Is God your Father? See, I don't use the term God very much at all. He's my Father. When you use the word Father, it's a relationship. If I call God my Father, what does that mean? I'm his child. If you call God Father, you become his child. You see? That's a relationship. That means he's the Father, I'm the Son. Does a father love his children? Well, I know from we had 5 children, and I love every last one of them. We didn't birth any angels, you know. They were boys and girls, you know, did what boys and girls do, but they're lovely children. I love them. Today I love them more, I think, than I've loved them when they were little children. Because now we can walk together, we can talk together. I have a beautiful family. As a matter of fact, I could not be here tonight were it not for my lovely family, because I have a wife back home. And the only reason I can leave her for the times that I come away like this is because my family look after her. And she goes and stays with each member of the family. So that's important. So relationship. Are you getting hold of this now?